You look confused. Should I walk you through it?
What's good? It's your girl Baby Dahlia and welcome back to my channel. So I am back with another video. This is a video that I've been wanting to film for a while. I follow this Instagram page and they post like 90s and 2000s throwbacks. You guys know I love a classic, and this page just gives me the aesthetic that I live for. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? They posted a Gossip Girl's unpopular opinions thread. Gossip Girl came out in, I want to say 2006. Yeah, 2006, and it's 2020 and I still with this show to this day. Okay, it's one of those shows where like I can watch it over and over. Actually, I have watched it over and over and over, and I take no shame in that, okay? None at all. And I realize like whenever I post like little clips of like Gossip Girl like on my Instagram or whatever it may be, everybody is like, they still watch the shit too, so it's not just me. So I thought, why not do this video since everybody loves them some Gossip Girl. If you have never watched Gossip Girl, definitely go check it out. It's on Netflix. I will tell you that I heard that they are going to take it off of Netflix soon, so if I were you, I would just hurry up and go binge those episodes. It's 6 seasons. I don't want to ramble anymore because y'all know that I will talk y'all's ears off. So let's just get into the video. I'm gonna read off the unpopular opinions that other people left under this post, and I'm just gonna see if I agree with it or not, because I don't know. I have a lot of opinions on Gossip Girl. Like I said, it's one of my favorite series, so I know everything that happens, like, down to a T. So let's see. Okay, this one says, Vanessa was a pointless character. Vanessa's ass, I did not like Vanessa. She was annoying. I wouldn't say Vanessa was a pointless character. I mean, they kind of have a point because she didn't have a major story arc. But towards the end, you know, she definitely, well, I mean, they could have had somebody else leak Dan's book, okay? So I guess this unpopular opinion I would have to agree with. I'm sorry, Vanessa. Actually, I'm not sorry, because I thought you were a bitch throughout the whole series. I did not like you. I didn't like you at all. The whole Rufus and Lily having a kid storyline was so dramatic and then never brought up again. Why include it at all? Okay, this is facts. That could have been something really juicy to leave in a series, but like they said, they did just kind of drop that storyline off. Even when Dan and Serena knew they shared a sibling, even when they knew their parents used to they still wanted to be together, and I'm just like, what is it gonna take? What's it gonna take for y'all to break up? Not that I wanted them to break up. I know everybody like shipped Dan and Serena, but I just didn't care for them. They were just kind of boring. They were just a boring ass couple. I need some drama. I need some toxicity. You know what I'm saying? And they just was not giving me that. So anyways, if they were gonna put this storyline in there, they should have furthered that on maybe a little bit, or just not put it in there at all. You know? This one says Georgina needed more screen time. I don't know if I can agree with this one, because I didn't with Georgina, although I did with her tactic. She was a very conniving and manipulative bitch. She did it very well. She played her role. She came, she stirred shit up, and then she did. It's so funny because when they start growing up, Georgina's like, damn, like, I can't stir shit up anymore because everybody's grown now and living their own lives. Like, everybody ain't just chilling at the high school no more. She should have kept it pushing at that point right there. It got to a point, did y'all notice this too, where you didn't even know if they were still in school or not? It was like, did y'all graduate? Did y'all not graduate? Because we saw them go into their freshman year of college, and I think their sophomore year too, because Serena went sophomore year. But after that, it was just kind of like, what the fuck y'all got going on? So really, after the college, Georgina should have been dropped off. Where the fuck they found her. This next one says Dan is so boring. I don't think Dan is so boring. I think he's just basic. I know everybody hates Dan, but I don't see why. I liked Dan as a person. He wasn't one of my favorite characters, not at all. But I mean, Dan wasn't just boring to me. He's Gossip Girl. How boring could he be? The writers of the show probably wanted it that way. You think, oh, this boring ass dude. It turns out all along that he was behind pretty much everything. So y'all think he boring, but he was really the one stirring shit up. You know what I'm saying? So little J ruined the show. Little J. I wouldn't say little J ruined the show, but I feel like they did not do her character justice. You know, I liked little J when she was in season 1 and season 2, when she started wearing black eyeliner around her whole eye like a raccoon and doing all that shit. You know, when she kind of went punk rock. I didn't like her fucking attitude. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it. That was when I was like, you know what? I don't with Lil J. She's problematic. She's always crying about some shit. She's either crying or pissed off. I just can't with it. You know what I'm saying? If they could have kept Jenny's storyline the same as like season 1 and 2, I feel like that would have been great. When Jenny became Queen of Constance, I just wish that she would have, you know, been the Jenny from season 1 when she got that title. You know? I know y'all feel the same. We wanted Jenny to win in the end. A lot of her storyline was interesting. Like, you know, the part when she Chuck, I was like, ooh, bitch. Nate was underrated. He was the only one that was sane. Y'all think Dan is boring? Nate Archibald was boring as even when he started doing his own thing and, you know, had the Spectator, he was still so boring to me. And I'm just like, isn't Nate supposed to be like a main character? I feel like they didn't really give him much. And then they bring in Lola and him and Lola date. But Lola was there for what? Not even a whole season. And then they bring in Paige. And I'm like, now you got my man's dating a girl who's 17 and he's a grown-ass man. Like, I don't like this. I think Nate was like the moral compass of the show. Wouldn't you say so? That I liked about Nate. He was genuinely a good person, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to make all his friends happy. He was just a good friend. This one says, I actually liked Chuck. Facts. I loved Chuck. His humor is just amazing. He was witty. He wore suits every day. He was just so fun to me. I still follow Ed Westwick on Instagram. I sure do. This one says, Serena's not as bad as people portray her. Now look, I don't think Serena is just the devil, okay? But she's not a good friend. What did she do when Blaire was engaged to Prince Louis? She sent his mom all this information about Blaire's past. Like, why would you do that to your own best friend? It's like she didn't want to see Blaire happy. She knew, you know, all the things that Blaire had been through, so why wouldn't you just want to see the bitch happy at the end of the day? Serena, she was likable in the first 2 seasons, but after that, I was like, girl, what are you on? Like, but yeah, I think Serena was just a bad friend. I don't think she's just horrible. Like I said, at the beginning of the season, she left town, went to boarding school, and didn't even say bye to her supposedly best friend. Who does that? Ivy Dickens was really good for this show. Not facts. Ivy Dickens, also known as Cousin Charlie. I just can't stand by this. I just didn't understand this because obviously once we found out that Cousin Charlie wasn't who she was claiming to be, we knew, okay, it's a real Charlotte Rhodes out there and we want to know who the bitch is. And then once we finally meet Charlotte Rhodes, it's like she's in a good few episodes and then we don't see that bitch again. And I'm just like, if y'all were going to have such a story plot with Ivy Dickens / Cousin Charlie, then once we found out who the real Cousin Charlie was, y'all should have gave her some more screen time, period. Serena, being a jealous ass bitch again, don't even want to see her own cousin make it. What the and you want to tell me Serena's not as bad as people make her to be? She spited everybody she knew intentionally. And for what? Because she was bored with her life? I don't like her. She's not my type of bitch. Blaire, that's my type of bitch. Yeah, Blaire had her ways, but she was real. She kept it a buck. If she didn't like it, she said it, period. She didn't go behind nobody's back, plotting, scheming, that weirdo shit. Okay, I take that back. Blaire did scheme a lot, but wasn't scheming on her own friends. She was scheming on her enemies. It's a difference. There were a few episodes where when her and Serena were into it, they were tick for tat with a lot of shit, but I'm not counting that. Okay, this one says Ivy with Rufus and Blaire with Dan were forced couples. Okay, Ivy and Rufus just was weird to me because when we thought Ivy was cousin Charlie, he took Ivy in as, what would it be? Niece, a niece-in-law. He thought that was his wife's sister's daughter. So if that's how you thought, then even after you find out that this is not the case, how the can you turn around and with this little girl and sleep with her? And that scene they showed of them bundled up in that blanket, oh, I ain't never been so traumatized. It was horrendous. I will insert it right here if I can find it. That shit was nasty. When Dan walked in on them, just to find out that Ivy is just trying to play Rufus all along. Everybody played Rufus, everybody, because he was just too nice. He literally had a sign on his forehead, play me, with me, do me dirty, do me scandalous. But Dan and Blaire, I actually liked Dan and Blaire, believe it or not. I knew they wouldn't last, but I actually liked them as a couple. I really did. I love Blaire and Chuck as a couple, but I liked Dan and Blaire as a couple. Nate should have ended up with Jenny. I agree. I mean, if he was gonna date a little bitch, it should have been Jenny all along, not this Paige bitch. Like, come on. Her name wasn't Paige. Her name was Sage, or it was Sage. I'm sorry, I think I called her Paige earlier. Y'all know who I'm talking about. It definitely should have been Jenny. They had a thing all along. They just never were in a space to where it could work. He was always like, oh, we're like a little sister. But this Sage bitch ain't like a little sister to you, but she a whole, how old was Nate at the time? 22, and she's 17? You're sick. Rufus and Lily deserved a final together. A final? What does that mean? Like a test, bitch? I don't know what that means. Maybe they mean like a final episode. I definitely think that Rufus and Lily should have ended up together in the end, and I think it was bullshit that Rufus ended up with some random bitch and then Lily ended up with Serena's dad. What's his name? Mr. Vanderwoodson. Rufus and Lily should have ended up together, and Dan and Serena should not have. Let's be honest here. Finding out who Gossip Girl is was the most anticlimactic scene in the entire show. Facts. Obviously, we wanted to see the aftermath of finding this information out. Like, I want to know who's mad, who's gonna beat Dan's ass. There's so many, honestly, you guys. I'll stop right there. There were over like 200 comments. So if you guys want to see a part 2 to this video, then give this video a thumbs up. If this video gets, I'll say, what's my average likes I get? I'll say if this video gets 15 likes, then I'll do a part 2 of Gossip Girl Unpopular Opinions. I really liked doing this video. I'm gonna have to do videos like this more often, maybe with more series. I don't know. What shows are you guys interested in, or what shows have you guys completed? Let me know. If you don't want to comment, DM me on Instagram and let me know, because I'm always looking for video ideas. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what videos you want to see next here on the channel. Follow me on my social media. It's going to be linked down below in the description box. And I will see you guys in my next video.